Hello, welcome back to Culinary 101, front of the house at Edgar's Grill, but doing our remote learning. Just want to update you, received a few emails. Please email me with any questions that you have, please, please, please. But our classes in this course, front of the house, goes on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then on your restaurant class, which I'll say the same thing when I do the 121 class. So the restaurant class meets on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it's twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And the 101 and the 110 class, front of house and back of house, we're going to meet 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So of course, I'm going to try to get everything done for you for the whole week. All the handouts and different assignments will be done for the week. Then I will do lectures per the day. All right, so I'll do lectures per the day, which I'll go over everything that's on the syllabus. So hopefully you've printed out the syllabus, an idea of the project, and printed out the Edgar's lunch menu, the Edgar's dinner menu at this time. That'd be good. The other menus I have out there for you are the Pinnacle Club, and you're welcome to see that anytime you want. But that's that. I'm also going to be doing videos for you, so on YouTube. I haven't figured out yet how to get a YouTube video downloaded onto this Moodle, but I'm working on that. But in the meantime, I'm going to give you a few videos to look at. So, pens and paper. And there's one about on YouTube. It's called Table Numbers and BB1 Dining. So Table Numbers dash BB1 Dining, and it's a little cafe in Toronto, Canada. And she goes, I think it's like 2 minutes, and she goes through the basics of how to number your tables. There's also a really cool dining room video I want you to do, and it's the dining room at the Ritz Dining Room with Master Chef Michel Roux, and he's actually the first Master Chef, and he runs his own restaurant, but he teamed up with the chef of the Ritz-Carlton in England, in London, and it's all about classical French cuisine. So I think that'd be a pretty neat thing for you to look at, which is it's pretty impressive. They do a pressed duck, which is really great. So with that, and the Edgar's lunch menu, right, and the dinner menu, you need to look at also, just to give you the options on both. Even if you're the PM class, you can look at the lunch menu. If you're AM class, you can look at the dinner menu, and that's what we want to do. But first of all, I want to go over the Edgar staff. Edgar staff for you, of course, you have the servers in the front of the house, and you have our line cooks in the back of the house. So the line cooks in the back of the house, you'll have the ones that are full-time Edgar's employees, and then you'll have your fellow students also. The front of the house staff is general manager, that'll be Mark Johnson, you'll see him. They'll have restaurant managers around there, and I think Mia is the restaurant manager as we speak right now. Then they're going to have restaurant supervisors and their servers. So that's, if we don't have any bussers, we might have a food runner once in a while, and that's the basic Edgar's front of the house staff. Then you also have the Snelling Center, right? You have the conference center next door. And that will be Amy Zabel is the catering sales manager, and she has an event manager over there, and we'll have servers working those events too. So within Edgar's restaurant, we do help out with the Snelling Center on some events too. All right. How you guys doing on Moodle? Is the Moodle learning platform good for you? Again, please email me any questions you have, any issues. I will try to make it as easy as possible. As long as they make it easy as possible for me, I'll do that for you. We are basing our off of previous experiences, so you're looking at your textbooks that you have. I have On Cooking behind me, and then when you're in the restaurant class, it's the Professional Restaurant Manager. So they're the texts that we'll be using throughout the weeks. And if I have any more ideas, I'll give you some. I'll give you some ideas. So another thing we want to talk about is the dining room layouts, different table styles, how to set up the dining room, the table numbers. Each table has a specific seat number that we'll be going over. The sanitation in the dining room is very important. And again, with this coronavirus, we really have to be up on our toes on sanitation and health for all our guests, all our employees and staff that come in. It's really important. So we'll be working on those. There is another video. We have that, and we'll get with that one. That'll be for the next lecture. I'll throw that one out there for you. But this learning online is pretty much hands-on. It's all about you. I'm going to direct you in the path where we need to go, but it's all about you exploring on the website. The handouts that I give you, that it's a huge investment of time on yours. Again, with the calls that I've been getting or the emails I've been getting, you can knock all this stuff out at once if you want, but it needs to be on a progression. And I'm going to set up some forums and some questions and answers that I'll be presenting to you. It'll be pretty much on Friday. That'll give you all those to you. You work on them over the weekend and give them back to me at the time. So we're going to gradually work into this and then step by step go through the whole practice. All right, so with those dining room layouts, do you remember the restaurants you've been to? Right? Way back when we were allowed to be in restaurants. Think about the restaurants you've gone to. Think about how when you walk in, was there a host stand right there for you? Or did you have to search for the host stand? Were people opening the doors for you? Were the managers there to say hello? Did they seat you right away? Did they, present to you the menus when you sat down? Did they put you in a difficult situation next to a door? Sometimes when they seat you next to a door, usually by the kitchen, and it's a swinging door. We need to make sure that our tables and the seating of the guest don't have that confrontation with the doors. So we're going to go over that. And hopefully when you're in your restaurant class, you'll be designing your restaurant, the floor plan. All right, that floor plan will be designed so that you don't have that problem with sitting by the restroom or sitting by the kitchen door. So it's very important, the layouts. And as we keep going, I'm going to intertwine what we're learning in the restaurant class. And when does that start? What 2 days? Tuesdays and Thursdays, very good. And this class will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I'm going to try to entwine that so we're learning at the same time. So to reinforce what we're learning in the restaurant class, and then when we're in the restaurant class, we'll reinforce what we're learning here in the front of the house. All right, so service is huge. It's a huge thing. You need to understand that we're in the hospitality business. And in the hospitality business, we need to be hospitable. That means we need to be friendly. We need to make sure we're greeting the guests with a big smile. Make sure we say big hellos. And when they're leaving, thank you so much for coming. Can't wait to see you again. That's what we need to do. That's our job, is to make these people feel really great when they're coming into the restaurant and make sure they're even feeling better when they're leaving the restaurant. That's our job, all right, as a server. We sit them down, we present them with the menu, We give them maybe some ideas about maybe a beverage, a Coca-Cola, iced tea, a coffee, not just a glass of water, because a glass of water doesn't cost anything, correct? To the guest, it doesn't. But if we give them a soda or we give them a cup of coffee, then we can start earning money, all right? And that's what our end game is to bring money into the restaurant that we're working in, all right? So with that Edgar's lunch menu and the dinner menu, they have on the flip side of that, there should be the drink menus that are on there also, which is very nice to have, because then it's just everything's on one side of the sheet or on the back side, and you're able to explain it to the guest a lot easier. So there's some of the things that we're going to be talking about going forward. It's a lot of fun. I'm trying to put a lot of stuff on YouTube that you can look at and grasp it, but I might just give you one YouTube video to look at, but then they'll have links to other ones that you might want to look into even more and to investigate more. This is what they're learning, and I've been just looking at the new things about the coronavirus and what everybody's talking about, how they're going to move forward with that. I highly recommend getting as much knowledge of this epidemic or pandemic under your belt as fast as possible, because moving forward, we're going to have a plan in place in every single restaurant in case this happens again. So that's where you're going to be involved in saying that, hey, I was involved in this pandemic. I was in culinary school. I learned how to handle this. I know different steps of how we're going to work the scenario so we can still remain open and remain profitable during something. Hopefully it never happens again, but something might happen, and that, a tornado comes through. The other night, we had big thunderstorms and tornadoes coming through that did some damage. So these are the things, as a front of the house person, as a front of the house manager, that you need to bring in to your knowledge, get into your knowledge, so you can have that and you can present that to your employers when you get into a restaurant of your choice, right? So that's what the front of the house is all about. It's not just about serving the guest, which we'll go through that whole process, different styles of service, but it's about being friendly and being knowledgeable about the menu. That's a big thing, and we're going to be quizzing on this. So you need to know that lunch menu and dinner menu. If you're the AM class, please know the lunch menu. If you're the PM class, please know the dinner menu, because I'll be asking questions off of those. So please look into that. Take a look at the drink menus, see what style beers we have, see what wines we have, and again, I will present that even more. Probably I'll be going over to the restaurant, to the college this week, and I'll shoot some videos over there going over that same information that I just told you about. Okay, so what's my email address? pvossenberg@goodwillworks.org, right? Please remember that, and send me the questions that you want, and I will get back to you as fast as I can. Okay? All right, we'll see you next time. If I can turn this thing on.